Happy Tuesday, Sooner Nation. Welcome.
Tuesday?
Oh, it's only Monday.
It's only Monday, bro. It's only Monday.
Happy Monday, Sooner Nation. I hope tomorrow's a happier Tuesday than a Monday was for Sooner fans as OU has a chance. What's up, Dalpo? To go for that fourth natty against their Red River rivals, Texas Longhorns, which would be the matchup of the season. Everyone wants to see it. Unless you're in Florida, you don't want to see it. But OU's got to do something tomorrow. They've got to get the bats going. And there's 100% chance that Maxwell is starting. She absolutely is. And Uncle Charlie, I'm with you. It was rough, but hey, Tuesday, it's going to be a lot better in my opinion.
Well, this is why the game before was so huge, because then you get two cracks. You can have a bad game and still make it to the World Series. So when you have the two chances, and I would expect, and listen to the post-game press conference, listen to Kenzie Hansen, I expect they come out and score early and get a lead. And that's what they have to do tomorrow. You look back, UCLA game, first inning, stranded a bunch of runners, ended up winning 1-0, but it almost haunted them. And then this game, you strand runners early and wouldn't have mattered. I mean, pitching was not good. 6-0 in the baseball game. Maxwell did pretty good against Texas earlier this year. I think 2 runs was the most allowed. But they're not two Texas yet. Got to be.
I can't. You sound like a robot to me. I don't know if it's me or you. Maybe the viewers can tell me. Does Jay sound like a robot? Maybe on my end. I don't understand the technical issues lately. I think it's maybe the storms. Oh, it's me. It's me, Jay. It's me.
I didn't think it was me, but whatever. Hey, scheduled for 1 o'clock, Teresa. The game is scheduled for 1. Both sounded fine to me. I don't know. Yeah. 1 o'clock game, and Sooners got to start hot. They've got to start getting some runs and get the lead. That's the most important thing, I think. And Maxwell, you talked about last game, how great she pitched and how it was an epic game for her. But this one, you talk about pressure situation, and this has all the pressure that can be. And it's all on Oklahoma, fact of the matter. It's all on Oklahoma, all the pressure. Jeremy, everyone says it wasn't that bad. So, so all the pressure's on OU. How will Kelly Maxwell pitch tomorrow coming off her best pitching performance? We'll see. I hope, and this is my hope tomorrow, is that she pitches a good game, but that's not the big issue. That they have the bats going enough where you don't have to pitch a shutout. Like, go out there, get the bats going, get the lead, and win this game. Now, let me talk about something from the post-game press conference. Did you watch it?
Yes.
Did you hear what Patty said about starting May and playing Deal and about Maxwell? Did you hear that?
Yes.
She said Maxwell can't win it for him by herself. She said, I need May and Deal, all of them. I thought that was very interesting. Did you?
Yes, and I think it's because she's said before they can't tire people out like they did Paige Parker too back in the day. But listen, regardless, Jay, in my opinion, I saw what Mark said about small ball. And I think the one thing I would like to see more of, because I don't think OU's got a lot of hitters that can just lay down bunts great. I think what I want to see more of is hit and runs. I want to see more hit and runs.
I don't like hit and runs.
I know you don't.
I mean, if you miss it, you're kind of in trouble. So I don't like it. Base running's been a bad issue.
Gasso said it was all her fault too. Did you see that?
I did see that. Yeah, I did. I mean, that's just, you can't have that type of mistake. And here's the thing too. 98 days till football. Can't wait. Here's the thing too. When you talk about moving runners over, bunting, hit and run, whatever you want to say. Something's got to give in the 7, 8, 9 spot.
You cannot have Sanders and Hodge back to back.
I don't know if you can.
I know you can't.
But then what do? Do you drop one of your better hitters down there?
Look,
it's going to be interesting. I think Patty's going to change it up some.
If you do anything with Sanders, you move her up.
Colin,
Sanders.
I disagree.
Yeah, I don't know that she'll be on. I don't think so either. Jay, some big news for OU. I don't know if you saw the July 1st celebration.
What about it?
SEC celebration.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I figured it would be. It's, kind of opening for the SEC for them. Big event. Should be fun. Hey, we talked about it a little bit last night, but not a whole lot. Gavin Sawchuk's brother showed up in Norman there, basically going to be on a PWO. Turned down the scholarship he was going to go play somewhere else and ends up at OU. So there you go, another brother combo. I mean, you look at it now, you got Sawchuk bros, you got Bowen bros, you got who am I missing? Hawkins probably going to be there. I mean,
yeah, it's a family affair, Jay.
Yeah.
I have not. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb's going to get paid mightily. Jay, is there a date for SEC?
There is a date. I'd have to look. I have it on my phone, but I think it's like mid-July. I have it on my phone.
I was thinking July 19th, but
I'd have to turn my phone off and look. I mean, I'd turn my live off because it's there. Yeah.
I want to say 18th, 19th, or 20th around that day.
Yeah, mid-July-ish.
Maybe wrong though.
How about the odds to win the national?
Odds OU makes it.
Did you see that today?
Give me a percentage, Jay. A percentage they make the SEC championship game.
40.
40% chance they're in the title game of the SEC.
I might, 40, 50.
Wow, that's high, man. I was going to go about 25%.
I think 40.
Because I think 9-3. I don't think they're in there at 9-3, Jay.
It'll be tough. Did you hear SEC Mike on Paul Feinbaum today? He's picking Texas A&M to finish ahead of Texas. He says they're both going to be 9-3. It's going to come down to the final game between Texas and Texas A&M, and A&M is penciled and circled that for years. He thinks they'll beat him, end up better record, better than Texas.
But there's also something to be said of penciling games and actually making it happen. And that's the thing.
Brett McMurphy, I think the OU odds to win to be in the playoff or something is 60-1, 5% ahead of Kansas, I believe.
Yeah, and hey, look at the OU. Look at softball. If OU and Texas are in the championship series, welcome to the SEC. They got to contend with those two teams. 0% chance, Eric says. Not surprising.
I have not seen the tiebreakers yet, Chief T-Bird. I haven't seen it yet. Been put out.
You got a chance. Everyone's got a chance, don't they? Hey, timeout on this, Jackson. What do you mean great run?
15-18.
Great run for OU baseball. I'm sorry. If you lose your regional at home, it's not good.
Hey, OSU lost their third straight home regional. OU, if they lose this, I'm sorry, I can't say that's a great run. A great run will be making it to super regionals and losing or something.
Agreed.
If you host a regional and lose, to me, you are expected to win that regional. That's why you're the 1 seed.
Exactly. They gotta get some runs quickly, Jay. This game's it's sad.
Is it 6-0?
It was 6-0. I know I'm on here right now. Yeah, Kinsey Hansen said we bounced back many times. That's when we play our best. So hopefully they can back it up tomorrow.
Hey, I mean, is it a great run if OU loses tomorrow to Florida?
No, it's a bad year, Jay.
OU's the 2 seed, 1 versus 2. That's. I mean,
Jay, it's the thought of it being the last game for a lot of these players is pretty tough, man.
Do you think they're going to play tighter because of that, or do you think it's just going to be?
They
loose?
said they're going to be free and loose and relaxed, so we'll see.
Yeah, and
We'll
mess.
see.
It's even a worse baseball loss when you would lose to UConn twice, who's the 4 seed.
Exactly. They got time to get some runs. You got to inch back into this.
Yeah, Jackson says, "OU fitting to kill tomorrow." Hey, fitting to dominate. Hey,
I got to talk about what Chester said. And Chester, again, thanks for the 5 Sooner Surge Unlimited memberships donation yesterday. Hey, listen, there's a lot of people. We haven't really talked a lot about Seth Luttrell, Jay. I do like how Seth Luttrell and Bill Bedenbaugh seem to be, I think they're very close in style as far as what they want to see happen on the field. I think they're in agreement there. But the fact of the matter is we have not seen it yet. Even in the bowl game, that was not Seth Luttrell's offense. I want to see how he calls the game. I want to see kind of what their balance looks like. If it's going to be super balanced or it's going to be very pass heavy. There's some things we have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll know after a few games. I think you can kind of see it. Bias for Seth Luttrell, fellow Muskogee native. Gary says ESPN FBI's OU at 8 with a 38% chance to make the playoff. Uncle Charlie thinks OU's will come out focused, determined, and aggressive. We'll see. I hope so. I don't like the way this weather affected this. I really don't. I know some people like the OU gets a night to kind of regroup, but I don't like it. Like, you know, the pitcher for Florida just thrown 130 pitches. To me, that's part of the advantage of having to lose twice is they got to go back to beat you in the same day. The fact that everyone gets the night off and come back tomorrow, I don't like it. I don't like that they did that. And that's just my opinion. And I know people probably will bash me for that, but that is part of being the higher seed or higher ranked team that you haven't lost in the World Series. They have to beat you twice back to back, which means it's harder for their pitchers to go straight back to back after 130 pitches. That's part of the advantage. It's not play one day and then play the next day. I think that took it out of your hands a little bit.
Eric, it looks like most people on there are going to say win the SEC year one. And Ron, to say that Texas is licking their chops to get OU, I think is wrong. I don't think they're licking their chops.
They are definitely licking their chops to get OU.
Well, they split the series this year.
Okay, but they want to.
It's not like they're dominating OU.
They want to play OU. They want to beat OU.
I promise you, they would rather play Florida in the championship series.
You can't.
You are outside of your mind.
You're not.
You are outside of your mind if you think they want to play OU over Florida. You're ridiculous,
Jeremy. You're ridiculous if you think you know. You don't. You're not in the Texas locker room, are you?
They don't want OU.
Jeremy, let me give you a stat right now in the World Series. Let me give you a stat.
Texas is playing better, but they don't want OU.
Let me give you a stat, though, about Texas. World Series, 3 games, 19 innings, 0 runs, 3 hits.
I don't care, Jay.
I'm not saying you care. I'm not caring about Texas either. I'm just saying I think they want to be OU in Oklahoma City. With all the talk about home field advantage, I don't think they're sitting there saying we want Florida. I think they want OU. Come on.
They're not saying anything, but if you ask the players, they would rather play Florida in the national championship.
If you ask OU players in football, if they'd rather play, they want Texas, dude. It's a rivalry. They want them. Stop.
I'm not stopping. I hope it is OU Texas. It'd be monumental. 1 versus 2. Hey, Eric says Fasusi to Texas, Haywood to A&M.
Yeah, that's – well, I mean, if that happens, there's 2 that OU misses out on. The quote from Danny Stutzman was, let's see if I can get it right off the top of my head.
Texas fears Oklahoma.
Well, yeah, that was in. That was the end of it.
That's the main thing you need to know.
Yeah, that's why he's saying that.
Well, yeah, today's Oklahoma team, but Mark, I mean, fortunately, it's not going to be today's team, I don't think. Now,
OU
Chester, if OU basketball is in a national championship game and it's OU versus Maine in a regular season game, it's OU basketball.
Yeah, that's I would agree. I'd watch both of them, so it doesn't matter. I tell you what's crazy is everybody's talking about Kennedy, including me. She's dominant. She's a great pitcher. Tegan Cavan outpitched her twice. Twice. They played 2 games against Stanford. Tegan Cavan, 2 hits. 1 hit.
Didn't OU beat Cavan?
Well, she didn't pitch in the Big 12 tournament against them. They didn't pitch her.
But didn't they get her one of those games?
Yeah, but she didn't pitch a whole lot of innings against Oklahoma, if I remember right. So I'd have to look it up, Jeremy. She's a great pitcher, too.
She's absolutely great, Jay.
Yeah.
I saw someone.
You think Mike White's talking to his players? Yeah, let's hope Florida wins. He's wanting OU. Come on.
Okay, whatever, Jay. Whatever. Hey, Jay.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Jay, what do you did you watch the Oklahoma breakdown? Did you get to see the snippet on Nick Anderson? Because I have not instead.
I didn't. I watched a little bit of it, but didn't finish it.
Nolan, I think that's right.
I think that's right, too. I know Morgan pitched, I thought, game 1, and Cavan pitched game 3. Because you also had Gutierrez that shut him down. Was it Gutierrez? Is that how you say her name?
I believe so, Gutierrez.
Yeah. So Cavan's control is unreal. I mean, I think she threw 70-something pitches in 7-inning game. Really good.
You're right, Chief. You are absolutely right, Chief. I'm in agreement with you, Chief.
I guarantee you he does.
He wants to win a natty, Jay.
I know he wants to. If you're asking him who he thinks he could beat, probably Florida. But I bet he wants
Sitley. Jay, Sitley. It wasn't. They're saying Sitley.
Oh,
not
that's
Gutierrez.
right. That's right. Sitley. That's right. I think that's right.
Wait, who is? Where am I going with what, Eric?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where am I going with what? Go ahead and ask me. I'm confused.
Nick Anderson.
I'm not going anywhere. I haven't seen the clip, Eric. Someone mentioned last night, and someone said it again tonight, that basically Teddy Lehman called him out. I have not seen the episode, haven't watched it.
Well, I can't comment on anything I haven't seen, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was curious if you had.
Greg, did you?
I haven't really seen it.
Alan says
I haven't seen it.
Florida will get smoked tomorrow, Alan says.
Agreed.
Well, hey, the OU baseball bats went to sleep in the regional. They went cold at the bad time.
Jay, you can't have bottom of the first, 2 on, no out.
Yeah, what's so bad about what he said? I don't understand it either.
I don't know, Jay. I have to watch it. I have to watch it or listen to it.
Well, it was probably, I don't know, but I'm saying in the day of NIL, if you're getting paid and you're sitting out, some players might be like, this is kind of nice. I'm not saying Nick Anderson. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in general, people getting paid to not play might be like, this isn't a bad deal.
Exactly right, Jay. And that's another layer of NIL that needs to be looked at, because I know you can't not pay people because of injuries, but a guy just sitting over there chilling, getting paid is not going to sit well with other players, especially if the other players aren't getting paid as much.
Chief says, run roll tomorrow. OU played as bad as they could, and the Bats came alive to sweep Texas. Mike White cries to the night about the OKC location. That would be icing on the cake, bro. That would be amazing. I hope it happens. I do expect.
Hey, and Jay, I'm going to say something, and I have not seen this, so I don't want to comment too much on it. I actually don't consider Nick Anderson like one of the main leaders on the offense. Do you? Now I know he's a leader. He's been through a lot.
Who would you say the leaders are?
Well, vocal leaders?
I'm not in the locker room. I wouldn't know vocal leaders, but leaders.
I mean, my guess, and this is going to be shocking coming from me, my guess is Farouk. Farouk's got to be one of them.
Yeah, I think Farouk probably.
I think Jackson Arnold maybe isn't ready to be that guy yet as far as the main leader, but he's probably got to be.
I think he's one of the leaders, but I also think Nick Anderson is one. I think Jaden Gibson's probably.
I think Jaden Gibson is.
I think he's probably a vocal leader.
Stewart. I believe Stewart's the other pitcher, but she got rocked by Texas too.
Well, and Brown, I think Brown was the one warming up today. 3 home runs against Texas she allowed. So they were not, and I really thought when they got it 9-3, they would pull her. Didn't you?
I did, Jay, but they're rolling with her. Hey,
so do you think they kept pitching her because she's not pitching tomorrow? Or do you think they kept pitching her because they just didn't want to bring someone else and let OU get back in it?
Maybe that. I don't know, Jay.
Here's the thing. It's not like OU wasn't hitting her hard. They were hitting her. I mean, it's not like they were striking out again. They hit the ball right at some people, and Florida made some good plays too.
Mez, why is he sitting out?
Who?
Nick Anderson.
I don't know.
Because I'll tell you another name who sat out a lot, Jay. You think he's losing his leadership qualities? Billy Bowman. I don't think he's losing leadership qualities. Billy Bowman didn't do hardly anything in the spring.
I wouldn't say didn't do hardly. Are you talking about workouts or what?
On the field.
Oh, I mean,
he was pretty much coaching, Jay.
I
think some of that's being blown out of proportion. I'm sorry. I've got to go and listen to it, though.
Yeah, you need to. Go listen to it. Tell us your opinion. Bobby says Jake Sexton. That's a good one. I think that's a good one, especially.
I like Sexton as a leader. And maybe Hickman can come in and be one of the
Hickman. Are you
Billy
saying that? And there is a difference. He is a senior, and he's been through, a lot. 4 years, 5 years, whatever it's been.
Burks is definitely more vocal. Definitely.
Hey, let me say this to Sooner fan. I've seen a lot of this probably over the last 6 months about players who have podcasts or YouTube videos. Guys, there's going to be more of that. That's not going away. And to think that affects their play, I don't agree with that. I mean, before there was YouTube and podcasts, they were doing other things. You just didn't see it. Okay.
Hey, Jay.
That to me affects nothing.
You see Sooner fans' comments. Have you ever heard that from your wife? Because I have. My wife keeps telling me, get off those YouTube podcasts that you're doing and yelling and focus on helping me around it. I'm just kidding. She hasn't said that. But I just thought that was funny. I have been told to stop yelling on this end of the house.
Yeah. Called Helms out the most. Helms has been injured a lot. That's his problem.
Look, Helms hasn't done anything on the field. If you want to call someone out, that would be the one.
Yeah, Greg got that. And Eric agrees with Sooner fan about the YouTube videos. Guys, I'm sorry. What do you want them to do? Eat, sleep, football in their room?
That is what I want them to do, Jay. But I know that.
Jeremy, what percentage of college football players make the NFL?
Not very many, Jay.
So they're going to put everything into football when they maybe he's wanting to go into broadcasting or something. Who knows what they're wanting to do? But
also Red Dirt Media and some others are inviting them to do that, correct?
It doesn't matter, Jeremy. When your kid goes to college, is he going to be on the football field 24/7 if he's playing football? No, there's going to be other things he's doing in life. I think it's ridiculous of people bashing players for doing. You think that affects their play when they record a video on a Tuesday morning? Come on.
No, I understand what Eric is saying though, and the other one who said that, because the look, sometimes from an outsider, it looks, again, it has to do with how well they're playing. And you're right. They're paid employees. That's right.
New generation, social media, and there's nothing wrong with it. And also,
they're paid employees, Jay. Focus on the job at hand.
They're not employees.
They're paid. Focus on the job at hand. How about that?
So you're saying you don't agree they shouldn't do YouTube videos?
I'm saying there's got to be.
No, that's what you just said. You said they're paid employees. Focus on the job at hand.
I read an interesting article, Jay.
You said they're paid employees. Focus on the job at hand. Did you not?
Yeah, I agree with Eric here. If my goal is to get the NFL,
you can't do that 24/7.
And Jay, let me ask you.
This is absolutely ridiculous, dude. I mean, this is dumb. I mean,
Hey, Jay.
No, to whine about players doing an hour.
I'm not whining about it.
You are whining about it.
Listen, one of the football coaches, I forget, did you read the article about NCAA, the game coming out? He basically said, I don't know what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to shut down. Last time a big-time game came out, the players stayed up all night.
That's ridiculous too, Jeremy. If you think, I mean, these are college kids, man. Now you're going to limit how long a college kid plays a video game? Are you kidding me right now? You're kidding me, right?
No, I'm not, Jay.
Yeah, you
Jay,
are.
if I'm the head coach, I got to know what my players are doing at all times.
Oh, so
it's
you're going to make sure they're in their rooms asleep by 10 o'clock.
No, you got to make sure that I know it's hard, Jay. It's very hard.
This is flabbergasting, this type of argument. It's unbelievable. Wow.
What are you talking about?
You arguing about a college football player playing a video game. Come on.
No, I'm not arguing about it. I said the coaches are saying it's difficult. It's difficult to manage, Jay.
It's not like they're playing on the game day. Jeez.
Hey, Jay, should my 14-year-old be on a video game till 3 a.m. when NCAA football comes out, or should be sleeping so he can get ready for schoolwork?
They're 14. These are 19
and not getting paid.
You can't compare it, man. 14-year-old
kids in the
house. Come on. Jeez. How are you comparing a 14-year-old to a 20-year-old person? Tell me how right now. You're comparing
I don't know why you're yelling at me. I didn't even start this.
You are comparing a 14-year-old that lives in your house to a 20-year-old person.
No, I'm not.
You just did.
I'm using an example. It's called an analogy, Jay.
And it was a bad one.
Okay.
Awful.
Now, Jimmy, you're 100% correct. They could be doing way worse than a podcast. At least they're not out getting in any trouble. That's absolutely correct.
Get off this subject. This is silly.
I didn't bring it up, Jay.
Get off it. Yeah.
They are paid. They are paid. That does change things. It is a horrible analogy, Donald. I wish I wouldn't even have said it.
Yeah. Yeah, there could be a lot of other things they were doing. I do want to say, I mean, this was awful news today. I mean, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, and Larry Allen was one of the greatest offensive linemen. I mean, just unbelievable. Sad day on vacation is what I heard. Just awful, man. Awful. Prayers out to the family, man. It's just a bad deal. Bad deal for sure. Yeah. Well, I was going to get to something. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry. I need to get to trivia real quick.
Get to trivia, Jay.
Yeah. Fanstop.com. Go check them out. When you get there, use code Surge. You'll get 10% off your first 3 months. Check them out. Officially licensed merchandise, OU gear, other teams. It's great. Check them out. They do great stuff. Okay. Jeremy went and toured the facility. Awesome, awesome place. Awesome people. So go look at it. Fanstop.com. Trivia today. Inside the park home run against Oklahoma OU softball. That was the first time since what year? When was the last time in the World Series there was an inside the park home run?
Is that it?
Mark, give it to Mark, 2014. How did he know?
He read your mind, Jay.
How did he know that's what I was going to ask?
He read your mind.
2014. We'll give it to Mark there, first one. So, good job, Mark. Yeah, baseball still losing 6-0. Jeez.
No, Jay, before we get off here, what's the one thing you're looking forward to the most about practices upcoming? What's the one thing you want to see more than anything else?
In OU football?
Yes.
Well, I won't be there to see it, but what do you want me? I mean, what are you asking?
What's the one thing you're ready to see?
Greg
God says the growth of Jackson Arnold.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to know that in practice, though. That's why I can't say that.
Physicality.
I don't say that. So I will say
EPL. EPL is a big one.
I'm looking for the tight end, second tight end. Who's it going to be? I think you got Bauer Sharp. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Caden Helms? Is it going to be Jake Roberts? Is it going to be Donovan Mitchell? I think that's an important role in this team. So who will that be? I think, and Bauer Sharp. We heard a lot of him out in the spring, and he didn't do a whole lot in the spring game, but that's not all on him. I mean, so, but the tight end room, I think, need to hear a little more about them. What about you?
Donald Jackson mentions EPL, and listen, I think you ask many Sooner fans. That's the guy. That's the guy that people want to see on campus and see if he looks different than some of those other linemen. Because does he push for a job? I mean, early on, that we'll be able to see. That's something you'll be able to see how he's progressing there.
Hey, is he the one guy you think that came in right now that could maybe push for a job, or is there anybody else?
He's the one guy, in my opinion, that could be a guy playing this year. I don't know of any of the other late enrollees that would. Non-early enrollees.
And that if that's true, I mean, then that pretty much tells you need Helms to be a big contributor, or Jake Roberts. One of them's got to step up. Otherwise, you don't have a whole lot of depth at tight end if you're saying Mitchell's not ready, right?
Yeah, and Bobby thinks Eugene Brooks should be ahead of him. Yeah, I don't want to hear anything about we are close or competitive depth anymore. I agree. So, what did Stephen Corliss say?
EPL on the jet sweep.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, maybe they can use him like Refrigerator Perry at the goal line.
And I agree with this too, though. He should still be in high school, and I just think who's that going to be that backup role? Yeah, Salchuk's brother, correct.
Hey, Troy, appreciate you listening and joining up. Thanks for the compliment. Hey, everybody, it's here tomorrow. It's elimination game for the OU softball team, something they haven't seen in a long time. And it's 8 or 9 seniors that could be their last game. I think they're going to come out.
They're going to win.
I think they're going to come out and win. But I know one thing, Jay. Here at the Sooner Surge, I challenge anyone to find anyone else covering softball like the Sooner Surge is, okay? And not to mention, Jay, we're going live every night. And I'm not here to pat myself on the back because you guys are all here every night too. You could be doing, hey, you guys could all be playing video games or doing your own, but hey, guess what? You're here with us every single night. We appreciate it. Thank you for being here. We'll see you all tomorrow. Can't wait. Boomer.
Sooner.